Good morning, Manila. We are from Timber. We are here to discuss about the topic India is ready for electric vehicles. Yes, I agree with that because we are India living with the competition world where there are some challenges from the natural crude oils. That's why our technology has evolved electrical vehicles. With these EV, we are emitting zero emission to the nature. So there are a lot of advantages for us and the nature also. It is very eco-friendly to us. And these zero emission vehicles are very helpful to travel in our local areas like in cities because they charge only electricity. So there will be huge reduction for the cost on investing the fuel. So everyone should be adopt to the EV vehicles only.
India is ready for electric vehicles exactly. India is definitely moving towards electric vehicles because reducing air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. Electric vehicles are environmentally friendly, which is crucial for combating climatic changes and improving the air quality. Electric vehicles are more useful in our country.
There are some disadvantages too of the in electric vehicles, as they are in eco-friendly also, but we are not having the sustainable electric chargers and stations in our India. And in some rural areas, they are suffering from electricity. So, and electric vehicles are more effort, I mean, very expensive, and it was uh, and it has some battery will be having some changes, and it be gonna best sometimes of with not equating the climatic. And
Yeah, as infrastructure facilities are not fully developed in India. In rural areas, there are no charging stations. In some places, it will cause more problems, and also the electricity in India is mostly dependent on coal. um, when we use EV vehicles more, the electricity will be required more. So if we switch to electric vehicles, the electricity should produced from solar or wind energies, which are very renewable. Also, the lithium batteries which are used in EV vehicles are very costly because India is importing from other countries. If the components which are required for EV vehicles are manufactured here, the cost will be less and it will be affordable to everyone. And the battery should also be reusable, so it will not create new environmental issues.
As you guys told, electrical vehicles have both advantages and disadvantages. While coming to advantages, for using electrical vehicles, there is also a government support because environmental issues are nothing with this by using this. Uh, and in big cities, there are charging points, but while coming to rural areas, there is no charging point. So they're working on it to build it.
So what you said is absolutely correct because government gives so much of pressure to do electrical vehicle support and those. It has some advantages because due to electrical vehicles uses, we can reduce the air pollution and improve the human resources and other etc. So let me conclude this video. So India is ready to improve the vehicles, electrical vehicles. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. We are from ECE-C. We are here to discuss on an interesting topic about is India is ready for electrical vehicles. India is in transition of adopting EV vehicles. It's more important to India to adopt electrical vehicles because to reduce the carbon dioxide and uh, evaluate the environmental goals. And also, India's government has adopted the EV vehicles, but due to some lack of infrastructure of electricity production, there is lagging in EV vehicles in India. What do you mean?
As you said, India is making significant strides towards electric vehicles. Some major aspects that affect electric vehicles are manufacture capacity, grid capacity, the consumer awareness. Using electric vehicles is better to environment, but some factors like range and charging of the batteries are still developing. So in urban areas, it's need development of charging centers. What about
The initial cost of the electric vehicle compared to traditional vehicles is affordable to many consumers. Encouraging the production of EV vehicles is more helpful to India sector and encouraging the production and it can give jobs to youth and it helps the the Indian sectors. What about it?
So the public should be get awareness about the EV vehicles and their benefits. Of they can be more useful, like green. We can get greenery, and by using electricity, we can reduce the fossil fuel uses. And implementing solar can get the electricity in rural areas and can develop the solution.
Yes, so what you said is correct, but there are some problems by EV vehicles. If we consider urban regions are ready with their infrastructure to establish EV system, but rural areas are not ready because of some rural areas have lack of electricity till now. We need to consider it as main problem, and government should take initiative to establish solar power plants in the regions and then they can establish the EV plants in rural areas. It can helpful to both rural and urban areas.
All of you said is right. One of the major potential challenges India is facing in electric vehicle manufacturing is limited charging infrastructure. This is mainly observed in rural areas and rural areas. Uh, in conclusion, we can say that governments uh, and should bring some policies to bring EVs in nation.
That's it.
Good morning, everyone. We are from ECC. We are here to discuss about an interesting topic of is India is ready for EV vehicles.
Yeah, EV vehicles in comparison with the traditional vehicles, cost is effective and affordable to many consumers. And encouraging the electric vehicles in India can strengthen the Indian sectors in many ways, like giving jobs to the youth, and it can make the youth play a major role in designing the electric vehicles according to our temperatures in our country, and it helps many in rural areas and urban areas. It can help by establishing the charging stations in many areas. What about you?
As you said, government making significant strides towards making electric vehicles. The major problem with the electric vehicles is what about range and temperature, and also like rural areas and urban areas. It's need to establish some charging points for more ranges, and also it provide jobs for the most electronic students and development and entrepreneurship. What about
But, but nowadays, in some examples, like in some companies like Ola producing more EV vehicles nowadays, but there are more defect products in Ola because of overheating and overspeeding of the EV vehicles. How can we can overcome this?
We can overcome this by using high range lithium ion batteries. They can charge very fastly and discharge very slowly because of their capacitor charges. And we can install electric charging stations in gas stations, in every gas station. And although India is a developing country, we can do we can do this procedure for next 20 years, and it takes some more time to establish EV vehicles in India. What
One
about
more
you?
risk in using EVs, we have seen many instances nowadays. During the charging of the EVs, the batteries are burning. What may be the solution for this problem?
as the company establishing the electric vehicles, they are not testing all the test cases. It is mandatory to test all the test cases like temperature, what about the range, and how much time it will take to charge and discharge. What about
Yes, EV vehicles have good good solutions, and for some extent only, it had also disadvantages like burning in a high temperature and not going for a long range.
And India is very near to tropical region because the heat in India is very high, and the EV companies should install some cooling systems which cools the lithium-ion batteries significantly. But these companies are failing in installing these cooling systems.
Also,
Because of this, the batteries are exploding at very soon.
instead of using lithium batteries, we can also use hydrogen batteries to decrease the risk of fires in EVs.
We can decrease the use of fossil fuels, and we can use the renewable energy like like natural resources, solar and solar, water, and wind energies, and we can implement the power plants in the rural areas and can implement the charging systems.
So we can conclude that the government should take good policies and better charges on these industries, which would can betterly prepare the EV vehicles. It is more important to the India to it's a commercial transition of India to adopt these EV vehicles and to obtain the environmental goals.